thank everyone for being here. And this is our announcement of the first phase of my neighborhood transformation initiative. As you know, I created this initiative to leverage private investments in neighborhoods where traditional development models don't work and where developers and lenders have historically considered those areas too risky to invest in. So last year we announced the development infrastructure, collaborative partners, and target neighborhoods for this initiative. Today we are here to announce that we have selected the development team led by Mr. Finch and his Finch group, along with City Architecture and Ozan Construction, and they're here.
I like that,
And this is, and they will begin the first phase that you see behind me in this neighborhood initiative in the Glenville area. The development team will create a new mixed-use residential and commercial building on this site in this neighborhood, the Glenville neighborhood. This project will offer over 13,000 square feet on the first floor for retail, a restaurant, co-working space, and 63 mixed-income apartment units as part of this first phase. The development team will also work with Cleveland Citywide Development Corporation to build out a retail incubator as part of this development. This is the first mixed-use development project supported by my neighborhood transformation initiative. But this is more than just a development project. As I said, we're not looking at what we do as projects anymore. We're looking at initiatives, and then whatever we do, it fits into that initiative. So we're not satisfied with just doing a project here, a project there, and it have no sustainable and substantive impact to the neighborhood and wealth creation or quality of life. This initiative is a three-pronged approach working to achieve residential development and repair, entrepreneurship support, and those tools to encourage more mixed use and mixed income development. I want to recognize Huntington Bank, PNC Bank, Key Bank, Fifth Third Bank, and Capital Impact Partners who have partnered with the city to establish the Cleveland Impact Fund. Now this $44 million fund that will provide developers with access to capital so that they can invest in mixed use and mixed income development. As I said before, we're concentrating in areas where we know that traditional development and investment models simply don't work. So this was put together so that we can help underwrite risk, but also I want to thank our partners because they are also assuming risk. The city, along with several of our partners, is also providing funds to restore property values and rebuild wealth with many of our residents. We are currently leveraging funds to identify housing partners such as the Cleveland Foundation for Miko's Housing Network, Cleveland Neighborhood Progress, Neighborhood Housing Service, and Cuyahoga County Land Bank. The North Circle North area, which is this area that we're starting this initiative in, has already begun to see private housing investment, including Knez Homes investment, and they're looking to do 20 market rate homes in this target area, and I believe they've already started with 2, if I'm not mistaken. 2, okay. In addition to the construction of the Knez homes, the Circle North neighborhood will also see the following residential development within the next 2 to 3 years. One of the things we want to do is whenever you do major development and it has substance to it and it creates wealth, it will, if you don't watch it, it will gentrify. And one of the things we will not allow to happen in this neighborhood with this initiative is that gentrification. So we're investing not only in new construction and new development opportunities, but we're also investing in existing residents and property owners in this areas to ensure that they can participate in that prosperity and quality life that we're doing. So there will be 26 new single-family infill homes. We issued the RFP on March 16th to build the new homes on vacant lots that will sell at market rates. At least 40 senior residents will also benefit from the new home repair programs, providing more opportunities for our older citizens to age in place. Outreach for this program will begin within the next 2 months. And also what we're doing, not only are we assisting them in their repairs, but we also want to make them so that they're signed up for whatever they're eligible for, whether it's homestead on the property tax, and that will lead to helping them on their water bill, their sewer bills, and that will go a long way to ensure that that the people who have been here for generations aren't moved out because of this initiative. Several vacant homes will be also rehabilitated throughout the neighborhood. And finally, home buyers of newly developed and rehabilitated homes will have opportunities to receive down payment assistance. We will announce future phases of this initiative in other neighborhoods around the city, including West 25th Street, Clark Fulton, Buckeye Woodhill, and the Kinsman Woodland area and Opportunity Quarter area. We recognize that we have become a successful city, and we can rattle off all of those successes that we had, whether it's in the Central Business District or it's in the downtown neighborhood or in those neighborhoods that are trending and doing well, and helping to continue the stabilization of stable neighborhoods so they can continue to be stable. But we recognize that the future of the city of Cleveland is in the most distressed areas of the city of Cleveland. That is where the future lies. If we are unable to stabilize and grow and allow for prosperity and quality of life throughout the city, and particularly in those areas that are the most distressed areas of this city, then all the work that we've done thus far will be short-lived and cannot be sustainable. So this initiative is about the future of not only Glenville and other distressed neighborhoods, it's about the future of those stable neighborhoods, about those neighborhoods that are trending. It's about the future of the city of Cleveland. And that's what this initiative is about. So I want to turn this over to Freddie Collier, our Director of Planning, who will give you some, try to tie all these loose ends up for you. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. One thing that I want to start off by saying is that when you talk about changing the social, economic, and environmental circumstances in the neighborhood and doing it the right way, there's no script for it. So we are creating our own. And the work that the team at the city and all of our partners have done thus far is really to really begin to change the social, economic, and environmental conditions in this neighborhood. Today is the first of many initiatives that are going to take place in the Circle North area of Glenville. For those of you who are familiar with Cleveland, understand that we're a city with neighborhoods that are growing, but we also are a city with neighborhoods that are experiencing some significant challenges. The ironic thing is that you have the haves right next door to the have-nots. And part of the work that we're doing with the Mayor's Initiative is to focus on fringe neighborhoods, those areas that flank where growth zones are happening in the city of Cleveland. In the illustration that you see behind me, it sort of depicts what our strategy is and how our partners with our initiatives are going to focus on targeting this area and begin to transform the Glenville neighborhood. And I want to make sure that I emphasize the word transform. Many of these efforts that are taking place are going to happen over a period of time. And they're going to be iterative, meaning that we're going to do multiple things to actually change this environment so that when people come to the Glenville neighborhood, they start to notice a significant difference. The work has happened already. We've demolished over 200 properties in this footprint since 2006. We also see development along the corridor that has happened over the last decade that we're trying to capitalize on. Whether it's the rehabilitated homes that you see right here just south of us, whether it's the renovated dome classroom apartment building, whether it's the condos that you see sprouting up, and whether it's the institutional growth, and just recently the announcement of the Fisher House just right across the street. So we have a lot to build on. But in order for us to really transform the neighborhood, we have to be vigilant and we have to stay focused. And many of the folks in this room here who are working with us to make sure that this happens are believers that Glenville can prosper and that the city of Cleveland can prosper. The mayor talked a little bit about the target and investment strategy that we've been focused on. This is not a choosing of winners and losers, but it's a matter of prioritization. And the dollars that we've invested are going to invest in these neighborhoods, we believe, are going to make sure that when Cleveland grows, and we believe Cleveland will grow, it's going to be done in an equitable and fair fashion. Just to talk to you a little bit about a couple of the initiatives that we're working on, I just want to highlight some of what you see on this board. We're going to be focusing on new home construction and creating housing diversity, making sure that people can move up and down the economic ladder and not have to move out of their neighborhood when their health conditions or social circumstances change. We're also going to focus on targeted demolition. So you've already seen a lot of demolition occur on many parcels throughout the neighborhood, which has produced vacant lots. This is going to create the opportunity for reinvestment of single-family infill houses, as the mayor alluded to. We also understand that in order to build wealth, if you're not born into it, you do it in one of two ways, either through real estate or business development. So for us, entrepreneurship will be key for this community. The other piece of the puzzle is capital improvements. Many of you may have driven down East 105th. I'm not going to ask you how that experience was, but that's something that we're going to handle. And then the last piece of the initiative I want to just highlight is critical home repair. To come in a neighborhood and begin making investments without taking consideration or taking stock of the condition of the existing residents is a mistake. So the administration is really going to be focused on critical home repair. So in a nutshell, we're going to be offering a whole suite of services that's really going to help change this neighborhood. But in order to make it successful, we're going to need everyone and every entity that we're working with committed and involved, and we have to double down in the Glenville neighborhood. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Wes Finch to talk more to you about the project. Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Freddie. Mr. Mayor, thank you, President Kelly, Councilman. Appreciate it. The Finch Group is really honored to participate with the city. I think I can say once again in a catalyst of change. And I know it's not a really nice day today. It was rainy and gloomy. I got married on a rainy and gloomy day, and my mother told me that was a good luck. That was 48 years ago. So I'm hoping that our relationship with the Glenville neighborhood brings us the same good luck in the future with this weather. The Finch Group got involved in Cleveland 20 years ago this June, in a little project in the central neighborhood with a young city councilman. And then we went on to do something called Park Lane, which was a risky development. So risky, in fact, that no one wanted to lend us any money to do it, except for one gentleman who's here in the front row, Michael Taylor, my hero. Park Lane went on to, I think, be a catalyst for change in University Circle and help make University Circle what it is today. When I look at all these bankers here, I think I owe each one of you something, right? And you're here smiling, so I think that's a good thing. We're going to build on this property, as the mayor said, 63 units of housing. 1 and 2 bedroom units. Most of them will be rented at what is called affordable rents as defined by HUD. Also 13,000 square feet of office space or retail space. And the Citywide Development Corporation is renting 4,000 feet of that, and they're going to have startups come in and get their feet on the ground. The other 9,000 feet is going to be a co-working space. But I think with the support, especially of Ed Ripka and a few other folks in this room, we're going to allow people to come in and use the co-working space. The mic's not working. Use the co-working space and maybe not pay rent. Instead, we will take a piece of their business.
That's a good thing. I like that.
And that concept really came from the mayor, because the mayor has said this whole program is not just to provide jobs only, it's to create wealth. And that is what we want to do in the Glenville neighborhood, is to create wealth. And when you look at all the opportunities around here and all the institutions around here, we really think we can do that with the mayor's initiative. So there are a lot of people I want to thank. First of all, the Cuyahoga County Land Bank, working with them as closely as we have, the mayor, the councilman, the chiefs, the directors. I didn't see David. Where's David Ebersol? He's sick. Director Collier, Brianna, Susan, you've been great to work with on this property and on this project. Also, Dominic Ozan, this is now your fourth project with us?
Yes, thank you.
Right, so we're thrilled. He's appreciative and we're thrilled. He does great construction work, by the way. Dominic, you buy dinner. City architecture. Our first project in Cleveland 20 years ago, Arbor Park, was city architecture. Our most recent one is city architecture. So thank you very much for it. And the most important thing I want to leave at, we want to become part of this neighborhood. I do not want the folks living here to live here and move on. I want them to live here and become part of this neighborhood, and Glenville is a unique neighborhood. It really is, and the more I've learned about it, the happier I am to do this. And also, Steve Luca from CDA is here, and Chris and Debbie from University Circle. There's so many people where's Debbie? I saw her, there she is, bundled up. So many people that have helped us be successful in Cleveland, but most importantly, for the last 12 years in Cleveland, Cleveland has grown and succeeded far beyond anyone's expectations. And personally, Mr. Mayor, I appreciate everything you and the City Council has done. And with that, turning this over to the man of the hour, Councilman Khan.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I want to introduce you to two people here that I need. I'm shocked. You know, I can say her name very, very well, Valerie Yvonne. You know, that's my wife's name, so I can say that. We've been married 33 years, and our anniversary is April 25th, so we can say that very, very well. These two individuals own this building right across the street. And so we cannot build Fisher House and build these houses around here and build wealth and build what we're going to build here with you, Mr. Finch, without reaching to help you guys. Now, I talked with Valerie McCall, and she's going to, they're going to talk with David or Kevin? All right, so we need help. I can't build around here. And then these two individuals, how long have you guys been here?
Over 45 years.
We got to help you.
Thank you.
We need people to go to your store from the Fisher House. And then when we help in the neighborhood, when you look at communities, Freddie Collier, when I used to be the councilman in Little Italy, and I would go up there, people were walking to work. They were walking to work in the neighborhood. So when we help you, then people will be able, you're able to hire some more people.
Right.
And we can bring in and buy your goods and services. And the other thing is the human capital that this is going to bring. Doctors, dentists, lawyers, and an African-American entrepreneur. So when the kids go to work, they're able to see you, Yvonne, and your husband, and say, I want to be just like you, and I want to start my business so I can master my own destiny and do for self, just like you. owning their own businesses. So all we want is a handout and not a handout. So we're going to help you. So Monday, is it okay for them to come down? When you guys going to have a meeting with them? All right. No. They're my bosses, and I got to make sure they're taken care of. Isn't that right, Barbara Norton? Because they're going to come see me to make sure this is done. But I can say this about our mayor, Mr. Frank Jackson. He has helped out so much. I can go see him unannounced. I just say, I want to see Mr. Mayor about the residents. He truly cares about the residents. You could look at when Tops left,
Right.
we got Foreman Meals and a grocery store over there, and Hot Sauce Williams, when you were working with that. Mr. Mayor, I went to see Mr. Mayor, and he took care of that for us. And there's a lot of African-American businesses. The Marathon gas station that was owned by, as you know, David Ali. I have to tell the story. It's the untold story. Gerald Du Bois building. I went to see the mayor. Yes. And he helped me out with this. So a lot of people say, this just started, but it didn't just start. This story is the untold story. The thing about the mayor is that he's a technician. See, there's two types of politicians. You have a technician and you have a salesman. He's a technician. He gets the job done and he has outcome measures. But he is so busy working, he doesn't have time to tell the story. But it's up to the councilman to tell the story. I even went to see him when I first got this area. I didn't have this area over here. I went to talk with him about East 105th Street. We're going to make that happen. Isn't that right, Mr. Collier? We're going to make that happen. We're going to resurface it, do the sidewalks, the whole 9 yards. And when you have a lovely street, it will help the community out a lot better. So we get that done, but we can't make it happen or work without helping you. So thank you and God bless. Thank you very much. Are you going to come to Barbara Norton's meetings? Because she hosts meetings, Neighbors to Neighbors, and she have one coming up tomorrow. It's Neighbors to Neighbor community meeting. Come out to hear the exciting things planned about East 105 and the mayor's transformation plan. And that's this Thursday, March 29th from 6 o'clock, I guess until 6 to 8. You're going to close it. You're going to close it out with 6 to 8? 6 to 8. It's at the front porch, 1470. It's a new building that the Famicos Foundation rehab. And speaking of untold stories, I have to tell this story also about the Famicos Foundation. This guy here is a modest man, John Inalifo. This area here, when you were the councilman, Mr. Mayor, you was councilman at the time, there was a lot of blight here. The store across the street, drugs was coming out the store, violent crime was happening in the neighborhood. Right next door also, tall buildings, and they created a movie, it was so bad, named Against the Ropes. Remember that movie? They came out here and created a movie, it was so bad. What John and Alifo and Famicos did was raise all these apartment buildings, and when he raised it, he lowered the density, and there was no more prostitution in the area at all. But he built gardens over there, and from the gardens, he took young people to cultivate them, to teach them roles and responsibilities. Now, the garden was the short run. Now, we have this project coming up here. So if he didn't have that vision for this was a long process. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen overnight. He created the opportunity for Famicos Foundation did, and then the mayor listened to us because he cared about the residents in Glenville, in the Glenville community, and now we're building. And we're very, very happy. This project here, this right here, is going to be seamless to University Circle. You shouldn't have University Circle looking the way it looked, and I've been in all your projects as well. They don't write about it because you know how that is. But I've been on every project with Chris Ronay. So when you see University Circle, when you leave University Circle, it shouldn't drop off like the way it dropped off. But now we're going to connect it and make it seamless with University Circle. And then people from VA Hospital, University Hospital, Case Western Reserve, they will be able to purchase homes right in the Glenville community. And we will have doctors, dentists, lawyers, and scientists, Mr. Mayor, in this community. And our children need to see success every single day. And they will be able to see not only bricks and mortar, Freddie Collier, but human capital. And that's what they need to see so that they can grow up to want to be a doctor and dentist and lawyers. So this is more important than just buildings being built. It's bringing people over here together. And as Mr. French mentioned earlier, that Barbara Norton mentioned to you, we're going to have neighbors to neighbors. We don't just want to build buildings and people live in silos by themselves. We want them to come out and walk the community and be a part of the community and be in our children's schools. So that way, we'll have neighbors to neighbors, and then their grade point average will go up also because they're able to see successful people. And we want you to purchase property over here as well. We need that. That's very, very important. So I want to say, in closing, I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank John and Alifo. And I want to thank also my friend, because I couldn't get things through council without Kevin Kelly. Come up front. He's our council president. I call him up late at night sometime. If I can't sleep and think about things, I'll call Kevin up late at night to talk with him about it so we get the policy through and legislation too. So that's very, very important. So we want to thank you, Council President.
Councilman.
You want 2 seconds?
Yeah.
You told me you was 2 seconds.
Thank you. My name's Kevin Kelly. As Kevin said, I'm the council president. And the last thing you need on a cold day is an add-on speaker. But just want to let you know that I'm very happy to be here today. This project was a long time coming, and I really want to commend the mayor and his staff and all that worked so hard on this, because it is difficult to get public sector, private sector to come together to really create the vision that the mayor has in mind. And oftentimes when people ask me because people like simple answers, what is the biggest problem Cleveland's facing? And of course there's a myriad. But the one problem that runs throughout all of them is disinvestment in our communities that began shortly after World War II. When people disinvest their businesses, their homes, they took their purchasing power, their money with them.
They did.
This effort is an opportunity to reverse that trend. It's an opportunity to invest where we've had disinvestment, to show people that this can work. We all have a vested interest in this, in showing that investment in Cleveland is a wise investment. So I want to thank the mayor and Freddie and everybody who's been involved in this great project, the councilman, everybody that's going to make this happen. We all have a vested interest in this being a success, and I want to commit that we're going to continue to do this. So Kevin, thank you.
You're my guy. You're my guy.
Thank you, sir.
You're my guy. I'm going to yield to John and Alifo and from Famicus Foundation. Am I in line? Yes, it is you, John. Come on in. Thank you. And thanks for listening to me. Hope I didn't speak too long. I'm just excited and passionate about helping my residents. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Councilman. I was wondering when we were going to stop. It's cold.
Happy.
Good morning, all. No, really, this is a great day. A great day for me, a great day for the neighborhood. I would ask everybody here, if you don't mind, I know it is cold and people are shivering, including me, to put our hands together and show our mayor and his administration some love. Please help me. So, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Your selection of Glenville for the start of your initiative, it's a compliment to the storied history of this neighborhood. Great men in the past has come to Glenville to spread their message.
They can't hear you. Get close to the mic.
I said great men in the past have come to Glenville to spread their message. Such men would include now our mayor, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, to name a few. They are born in Glenville to spread their message. And the mayor's selection of this neighborhood has something to say about the work, the level of love that we have put in this neighborhood since 2007. I would like to recognize my staff who are here. If you don't mind waving your hand, thank you. When the mayor or the councilman talk about Famicus Foundation, it's not me. I take all the glory. but you do the work. Thank you. I would also like to thank my residents, Barbara Norton, my Shiro. I call her all the time, and we talk about the neighborhood, talk about good things, we talk about challenges, and we talk about how to resolve things. I want to say thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to serve you. I also would like to thank all our funders. Most of them I see in the front row looking in my mouth. I know they are trying to know if I'm going to call their names or forget their names, and to make sure that I don't forget anybody's name, you know who you are. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I think the good thing about coming last in an event like this is that by the time you get up, everybody has said almost everything you will have said. But it is important for me to say this is really a great day. In May last year, after the mayor made the initial announcement about this initiative, someone asked me, what does this announcement mean to you and your organization? I looked at this individual, I said, are you kidding me? It means everything. It means the height of my career, my organization, and my neighborhood. This is something that I've been dreaming for, that sometime, someday, something like this will come to Glenville. When I drive around the city of Cleveland to other neighborhoods and see what's going on there, I get frustrated, I get depressed, and I wonder whether I'm doing something wrong, whether we're doing something right. But then, my funders, those that support us greatly, my board, my staff, we never folded shop. We continue to work to this day. I remember 5, 10 years ago, I went to some developers to talk about doing business in Glenville. They were brutally honest by telling me what I didn't want to hear, and that was that Glenville wasn't yet ready. I didn't like it, but at the time, that's what it was. Today, we are ripe for business, and we are here, and the journey is just beginning. Before I go too far, I would also like to recognize one other person that has helped us tremendously. She used to work for the city, but no longer, but still related. Former Director of Economic Development, Tracy Nichols. This announcement today and the Fisher House groundbreaking, which took place last Friday, and our renovation of Madison, the front porch, Heritage Lane, the townhomes south of here,
Across the street.
are all projects that have been done and people live in them. What Famicos Foundation is trying to do in this neighborhood, with your support and the support of our residents, is to create a community. A community that is diverse. A community where neighbors know each other. A community where those neighbors, those coming in and those who have been here for a long time, respect one another, irrespective of what country or what religion you belong to.
That's true.
That is what we are working for. My organization, Famicos Foundation, was founded in 1969 by a lady that I was told was a very strong lady, Sister Henrietta. And she built this organization on the basis of helping people. It is still what we do today. And to that end, with this transformation initiative in vogue, we should make sure, as we have heard the mayor say, that those people who have lived here and weathered the storm before today are not forgotten. It is very important that we remember them, just as even as we bring the new people in, the new investments, we have to remember them. And the mayor has promised us that that is going to happen. Because we're cold, I'm gonna end quickly. And I'm gonna end, let me end by dedicating this day to a good friend of ours who, but for his untimely death, would have been here. He was my friend, my mentor, my brother. That person was Darrell Rush. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you, John. One last thing to do, we have to unveil, and I'd like one moment of personal preference, very quick. The man who really does it for the Finch Group is Mark Dodds. Mark, you need to come up here. No, get up here. You are the man. He covers for me. John, your staff covers for you. Mark covers for me. Thank you.
That takes a lot of covering. Big blanket.
Mark?
Are we ready? Hold on. Let him get ready.
It's just stuck in there.
Just pull. All right, y'all ready?
Keep going.